First Coast's most accurate forecast from the First Coast News Weather Team, certified by Weather Rate, sponsored by AC Designs.
Good day, friends. I'm meteorologist Robert Speta, joined by, of course, our chief meteorologist, Lewis Turner.
Howdy, howdy.
This is Weather Watchers Worldwide. You know, we're talking about not only the local, but also some global weather conditions. Lou, how are you doing today?
Good, foggy start.
You got to check out Lewis's, where'd you post it?
Facebook, I put my whole diatribe about the fog on this morning. It had me thinking deep thoughts.
It was good.
It
was very deep.
Chasing dreams, looking deep into the mist, trying to find what I've been looking for, and couldn't do it because of the fog.
Can you give us a little, that's basically the little, I was going to say, can you give us a little snippet of your monologue?
Out looking for just brooding. Is what I was doing. Brooding is the snippet, but
all right.
and allusions to one of my favorite novels, The Great Gatsby.
Oh, there you go. So, it's a good novel.
That's great. Searching for the green light at the end of the dock, but you couldn't find it today with the imagery. We had. I was out at Julington Creek Bridge, so that my commute into work. I usually take 13 in, and I'll start at Julington Creek and come on down over the bridge there through Mandarin. And today, that visibility got down. We were talking quarter mile or less is dense. You see in 2 or 3 car lengths in front of you. Wasn't happening. So we stopped there at the bridge, got out the marina, got some videos. So we'll see that a little bit later on. But and this is something that we'll be dealing with the next couple of mornings too.
Yeah, it's foggy, above average, warm. May not continue like that to the Jags and Bills game, which we will get here in just a second.
Right.
But first, I do want to talk about this. This is more of a climatological thing here, Lou. Yeah. Is that Florida has lost its lightning crown.
Yeah, so forever and ever, as long as I've been a meteorologist, as long as I've studied weather in school, it has been one of those chapters in the textbook is Florida is the lightning capital of these United States of America. And there's a reason behind it and why it's always been, but I guess at least according to one study.
So this is a source of one, and it is over just a single year as well. And they even say that in this report that, is this a trend? And they're like, no, we don't, this isn't a trend. What more than likely happened is that Florida didn't get any tropical systems, one. We had a very dry late summer, autumn. So that combined with an abundance of Texas and Oklahoma storms this spring, the concentration of lightning in that area was technically higher than here in Florida. In fact, you can see right there, Kay County, Oklahoma, had the highest concentration of lightning for any county, and Oklahoma took the crown this year, the first time ever.
Oh, Kay County, Oklahoma, beating out what is usually Lakeland, Florida. So down in central Lakeland, Florida is one of those spots that is typically the city even listed in the textbooks as being that capital of lightning. So Kay County, I guess we salute you this time. We're coming back. I'm sure we're coming back for the title. This coming summer.
Absolutely. And it was just a fluke. And it was only a little bit below average for Florida. The bigger thing was that Oklahoma and Texas. I keep on saying Oklahoma and Texas because Texas got the highest storm intensity, and it was just that whole area. They had just way above. You remember the severe floods they had back in the spring out there. We had multiple tornado outbreaks, just storm after storm. So the concentration, I keep on trying to fix my shirt here, the concentration of lightning was just higher than normal in those areas versus a dramatic drop in Florida. But I thought it was kind of interesting.
So begs the question then, why does Florida continually get the title? Why is it routinely the lightning capital of the United States? And there's a couple of big reasons. One main reason, though, and you look at the state of Florida on a map. And we know in the summertime we always get those pop-up storms, right? We get the heat, the humidity, and we get the sea breeze, right? It's not necessarily driven by a front necessarily, but there is uplift. And you remember the state of Florida is surrounded by water on 3 sides. So we get 2 sea breezes. We get a Gulf side sea breeze. We get a Atlantic side sea breeze. And that is consistent essentially every single day. It's just physics. It happens because of a pressure differential, the fact that water heats up a lot slower than land heats up. And with that pressure differential, you get high pressure building in over the ocean, lower pressure over the land. But with both sides coming together, the Gulf ultimately meets the Atlantic side. Florida's a relatively thin peninsula. You get more lightning. That's what charges the atmosphere. That's what creates those thunderstorms. So on a consistent basis, we can count on seeing more lightning in the state of Florida, just maybe not this past year.
Yeah, it's, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just hindsight, but it does feel like we didn't have any super big storms this year. I mean, we didn't have major severe weather outbreaks. We had a couple. I mean, we had a couple of tornado warnings that popped around the state of or northeast Florida and the state of Florida. But overall, the concentration was a lot lower this past year and a lot higher from that traditional tornado alley and then the Dixie Alley, the Mississippi River Valley. It was way more active there. So I guess with that said, we can also switch up because we didn't have any tropical systems here in Florida.
True.
But we do have some tropical systems currently in January taking place in other parts of the world.
Are we going down under?
We're going to go down under. Can you see it? It's hard to spot.
Yeah, this one is hard to spot. I'm actually trying to just get oriented to the globe.
Right. So we're in the Indian Ocean. We got Indonesia north, Australia east.
Okay.
And then if you zoom in.
Oh, there. Okay.
We see it?
Tropical cyclone, PTC. God, we saw a lot of PTCs, the potential tropical cyclone. That's becoming part of our vernacular in Jenna.
One thing to do note here
Look at that.
with Jenna, I think it's kind of interesting, the lack of pressure. Do you know why?
Why we wouldn't be getting any pressure?
Because
of how remote a part of the world we're at?
That probably is it, but it's also because JTWC doesn't put out pressure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't. They don't JTWC is purely a operational forecasting thing. Okay. So they just don't. They don't think that pressure is
relevant to the operation of day-to-day life.
For like a ship, too. Like a ship sailing through there. They're like, they don't need to know the pressure.
Winds, wave height, they need to know. Yes. I think pressure would be helpful to an onboard Met on a ship. As you approach something, you watch pressure drop. Every ship, even in the golden days, had a barometer on board.
Yeah. Oh, every ship does. I've many times tick, tick, tick on the barometer and seen if...
Classic way of knowing if change is coming, pressure drop. So
I always found that fascinating. The JTWC was like, nah, we're not going to do the pressure. We're gonna do our own thing.
So where's this heading?
That is heading southwest out into the Indian Ocean. And now that it is a PTC, there is no track on it either. But it's heading southwest. It is the purest definition of a fish storm.
Okay.
But at the same time, we do have Invest 92P.
Pacific, yeah.
And this one's a little easier to spot. You kind of see that broad clockwise circulation, southern hemisphere. You got Papua New Guinea just towards the north of it. You got the Queensland coast there towards the south and west. Our sports anchor, and the newest one, Rachel, is actually from the Queensland coast there. And this is expected to drift towards the southwest and be a big rainmaker for that area here, Lou.
There you go. All right. So, southern hemisphere action. Looking just north of Brisbane. And I think, is she from Brisbane?
She's from Brisbane.
Okay.
So they're not really getting it. It's more like
on the edge.
Cairns, Townsville area.
Yeah.
It's like, and I say it's kind of interesting because that's Cairns, Townsville, Rockhampton, all towns about the size of maybe St. Augustine. And they are about as far apart as like Savannah and Jacksonville are.
Yeah.
And that's all there is on this coast. It's a very remote, very rain. It's also interesting, this area of Australia is rainforest.
Okay.
So when you say outback, what do you imagine?
A lot of different things, but the Ayers Rock and arid desert.
Exactly.
High plains and plateaus, things like that.
It's
tarantulas, things that will kill you with a bite. Usually it's the small critters too.
Oh yeah.
the ones that sneak in your
I mean,
shoe.
a big old kangaroo might come up and knock you around.
They hit you, but it's that little the little frog. There's a frog out there that.
Oh yeah.
That'll and Rachel again could probably educate me and say, Lewis, you're making some pretty terrible generalizations. But
I mean, it'll do the same.
But I do feel like it's the small animals.
Do you think that we gotta bring her on? Do you think that in Australia they talk about Florida like, yeah, man, a gator will come right up on your back door, and we'll be like, yeah, that sounds
I don't think so, because I think in Australia, like, gator.
We got crocodiles.
We got crocs. It's the classic Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Yeah, we're over here. We're like, yeah, a gator. We're like, yeah, that's a little sleepy lizard. That'll be fine.
Right.
It won't. You don't poke it with a stick, and you'll be fine.
I don't think Australians are worried about anything.
Nah. They got cyclones here. Dry weather in the interior. They even get some snow.
Yeah,
down,
they get it all.
Some good skiing out there.
Yeah, they get it all. And bucket list golf trip for me. I want to go to Sandbelt. In what would be the southeastern part.
Oh, okay. So
Australia.
Like closer, not so much Sydney or
more Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yeah, maybe down that way. Maybe chop over to Tasmania.
Oh, now that's a place I would love to go. Beautiful country.
See what that world's all about.
All right.
One of these days. A true bucket list. Yeah, I'm trying to think of my hemispheric travels, and I don't think I've ever crossed the equator.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been south of the equator, so I gotta.
Do you know that
broaden my horizons? Literally.
In the Navy, when you cross the equator, you get we don't get hazed because they don't do that anymore. But you go from a wog to a shellback. I'm a shellback.
You're a shellback.
I'm a shellback.
You've done it.
I've done it. I've done the whole myriad of just insane stuff on the Navy ship, and then Poseidon came out of the ocean and gave me my certificate, and now I'm an official shellback, so I can yell at the wogs. Like you're a silly wog.
I'm a wog. Just a northern hemispheric brat.
Never crossed the equator.
Never crossed the equator.
One thing I do want to note here real fast, though, is that, we talk about warm, and you look out here in the Coral Sea there, just off the northeast coast of Queensland, and the warm water energy is not that high, but they're still pretty potent. But this is what blows my mind. Look north of this. Look at like the Philippine Sea.
Yeah.
In the northern hemisphere.
Cooking.
It's cooking. Now, don't we have a weak La Nina in place, and I have a feeling this is probably why.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
It may shift to neutral. Might have, and even, now we're talking oscillations, but that shift to an El Nino perhaps in the next couple of years. I wonder what, that would mean for the Philippine Sea, except if you get the flip-flop. But yeah, interesting stuff on the northern hemispheric side, but still close enough to the equator to be an issue.
Well, I guess my point with all of this, too, is that, one, I hope everybody stays dry out there in Australia. Two, if you like tracking the tropics, and you're probably watching this, you probably might be interested in, there always is something happening somewhere in the world. But we are going to bring it back home. We're going to go to a break here in just a second, because I want to talk about our weather forecast here in Jacksonville, and we're going to talk a little statistics with the Jackson Bills.
With the Bills, yeah. All right, quick break. We'll be right back.
Why do we come here? To reach for new heights, to dive to new depths. You can call it a team, even a community. That connection with others. We all deserve that. So I come here. This is why.
Swing into luxury, where golf and community come home. Located in St. John's, Florida, Stillwater is a premier 55-plus active adult community where golf is in your backyard. This bundled golf course community features a championship 18-hole course, top tracer practice facility, and resort-style amenities. Whether perfecting your swing or connecting, Stillwater offers the perfect blend of relaxation and recreation, where every day feels like a getaway.
Maybe you're new to all this streaming, OTT, on-demand stuff. You need a news and weather source, and we've got you with First Coast News Plus.
That's some pretty serious cold.
Just accurate forecast, your weather impact alert, reports.
Heavy law enforcement presence.
Extended coverage.
And that breaking news right now out of Camden County, Georgia.
And exclusive specials. All on your schedule. So download First Coast News for watching for free.
Welcome back. Let's talk about the forecast.
Yes.
And the weekend outlook, because we got already seeing Buffalo Bills fans around town.
Are you?
Oh, they're already here. Bills Mafia's rolling in deep.
I don't see why not. I mean, if you can get away, if you had the luxury of taking a long weekend, why not get down while it's still in the 80s?
Oh, yeah.
You know, and you can enjoy a beach weekend in the middle of winter.
I mean, I can attest. I was there last week just outside of Buffalo, and it's every single day.
Yeah.
And we're in the 80s. I mean,
yeah.
What are you doing?
you can't beat it. So, yeah, looking ahead in the 7-day forecast, you know, getting through the here and now before we get to Sunday and Wild Card Sunday here with the playoff game at home. Notice that we kind of have the candy stripe going on the 7-day, don't we? Thursday morning, Friday morning, Saturday morning, those weather impact alerts for conditions awfully similar to what we had this morning and a couple other mornings early this week. Dense fog. So we'll watch for dense fog advisories each of these mornings. That'll impact your morning commute. And then, of course, Saturday morning, we're not really commuting, but we are trying to get places. You know, there's things to do, people to see, activities to be done. So let's be extra cautious even through Saturday morning with the fog. Now, why won't fog happen on Sunday? It's our change in the pattern. We've got, notice what those winds are about to start doing. Notice how they're going to shift from southwest to northwest. So a big, strong indicator. We can kind of see it there of a front on the way.
And the other thing is that, I mean, that the front is going to usher it in. But one of the reasons why we have fog is because it is so warm.
Yeah, warm and humid.
Warm and humid. The water temperature on the coast is around 60. Our lows are down near 60, but our highs near 80. So what do we have? Warm air over cooler water. Fog. That creates fog. So yeah, it's set. But once that front comes through, we dry right off. Dry it, less humid.
Really bone dry air behind this front. It looks like really cooler, much drier air, and what's going to happen with the drier air, we you know, as we kind of hop over Sunday, because I know we're going to focus a lot on Sunday into next week. With drier air here, it cools off a lot faster. Won't have to worry about fog because you just don't have the moisture in the atmosphere. So we go from a high in the mid-60s Sunday. But once that sun goes down Sunday, or even it gets low on the horizon with the low sun angles here this time of year, and you're getting shadows thrown across the west stands of the bank, you're going to start cooling off pretty quick because we're going to get to 36 by Monday morning. So, you know, I'd take a layer with you. I mean, you know, and maybe, you know, thinking early part of tailgating, you might even need a towel, dry some things off.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be a little damp. We're not talking about inches of rain or hours of rain. We're talking about a brief period of time where there could be some rain Sunday morning with this front coming through.
Like
the timing is
dreary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A dreary sort of start for tailgate, and even first couple of quarters of the game, we're going to maybe have some thick clouds, which could clear out by the end with that front coming through, and then those breezes quite chilly as well.
What's funny is that the last time the Bills played the Jags in the playoffs, very similar weather.
Yeah.
It was in the high 50s, and it was kind of like a mist. In the area.
Which isn't surprising because that's actually seasonable. I mean, what's coming for Sunday, I mean, we're going to get spoiled here a little bit, and our bodies are going to get used to the low 80s. That's not normal. Normal is what we're going to see on Sunday. This is normal January weather. We're supposed to be at 65 degrees, and we're supposed to have mornings in the 40s, which won't be Sunday morning, but by Monday morning. You know, so this is normal Jacksonville weather for, you know, January.
And in the very least, it is an improvement because, look, I wonder why my camera's not popping up there, but just ignore that and look at the current temperature in Jacksonville. 70.
Yep.
Look at the current temperature in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, 43 with a high of 45. But
with a high of 45.
Everything's relative. And that's actually pretty warm for Buffalo.
Oh, it is. It's above freezing.
Yeah,
I mean,
so you're
balmy
above freezing.
today.
I don't know my climatology and what's seasonable, what isn't in Buffalo, but I will say anecdotally, when your high temperatures are, you know, 12, 13 degrees above freezing, there are people in Buffalo right now walking around in short sleeves and shorts.
100%.
Maybe even
100%.
flip-flops. This is balmy, you know, relative to what our friend Robert was going through a week and a half ago with blizzard conditions.
To be honest, I'm sure they're probably complaining about it because it looks a little dreary. Rain in 40s is worse than 30 in snow. And
Sure.
I know if you're from warm areas, you're probably thinking, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But trust me, it's better. It is. It doesn't get into everything. It's just not. Here's some stats, though, for you, Lou.
Okay.
Jags have never won with a temp under 50 degrees against the Bills.
Okay.
The
check.
sample size for that, though,
It's one game.
is one game.
Yeah.
I want to be transparent.
It's okay. Stats are stats.
Stats are stats.
You gotta, we're not saying there's a trend. We're just saying it's a stat.
Bills have never won over 80. That's actually like three games.
There's 3 games to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we won't be over 80. So this is going to be one of those right in the middle. So
Right.
coin flip.
And
Statistically.
yeah, but if you want to do stats, we will be closer to 80 than we are
To the coldest game.
The
which
coldest game is
33.
33.
Yeah, for sure.
And Buffalo took that. That game was in Buffalo, if you are going to take a shot in the dark there. And then it's kind of interesting, both of the playoff games very similar to what we're going to have here on Sunday.
Yeah.
With temperatures into the 50s to 60s, and Jacksonville won both of them.
Yeah, we're actually 2-0 against the Bills in the playoffs, huh? And pretty sure both of those games, of course, anytime we've ever played the Bills in the playoffs, it's been here in Jacksonville. So yeah, again, not enough data to draw any conclusions.
Yes.
But I do appreciate seeing some of those stats. So yeah, this matchup will be a lot like 2018. Mid-60s.
60s. And at the same time, it was actually January 7th when they played. Interesting, the 96 one threw me through a loop for a second because I kept on checking it. The game was played on December 28th. But I was like, but that's a playoff game.
Yeah.
Because the season was shorter.
Season's shorter. Yeah. I want to say, and again, I'm not a sports nut. I love football, but I don't know my stuff like Chris Porter would or any of our sports reporters. But I think 1996, wasn't that Jim Kelly's final game as a Bill? Did he retire after that season? I want to say, listen, you might be Louis, you're absolutely out of your mind, but I think that was pretty close.
But that's
because the Jags beat the
time
Bills.
matches up.
I don't know if you remember the score of that game. The 96 playoff, that was a pretty lopsided win for the Jags, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, they beat them pretty handily.
February 1st, 1997. So it was after 1996.
So it's February 1997, so we got one more year in? Okay.
All right.
Thank you for that, Malcolm.
My
our
man. Producer off.
Keeping me from looking
We got to
too
get a
much like
camera
an
in there
idiot.
so we can throw Malcolm up on the screen.
Need to see him. He's the man. Yeah, very cool stuff. Wrap it up with Sunday with here in the last 15 seconds of this wonderful Weather Watchers Worldwide stream. Glad you've been with us. Just kind of go about your next few mornings using a little extra caution, giving yourself a little extra time during that morning part of the commute just because of that fog. But we are warming up to record-breaking highs by Saturday.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Lou, as always, for joining.
Thanks for having me.
We'll have Lee back here next week with us. And, of course, thanks for stopping by. Have a great day.